Next countdown?
You're on.
Okay, we're on. Cool. Excellent. All right. So if you are watching, I think I did see a couple people check in earlier this morning. So here we are. We've got our first inaugural SMGDenver hangout. And I first of all want to let everyone know that Ronnie Bincer is on camera, and he is the person who gets everybody started on Hangouts. So it's his mastery group that really got me involved. And so if anything goes wrong, I'll just blame Ronnie.
Great.
Because he must not have taught me well enough. So Ronnie, thanks for being here, and I know you're on vacation and everything too. So this is really cool that you're here.
You're quite welcome. It's great to be here with the Coloradans.
The Coloradans, and Ronnie's a Coloradan too. He's way down in the Springs, but maybe we'll even get him to come to one of our in real life network sessions. That would be great. Yeah. I think.
I'm way down in the Springs, but right now I'm actually way down in Florida.
Yeah, don't
While
rub
it's
it
still
in.
snowy and
don't rub it in.
The low teens, right?
Right. So, okay, and Sandra, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to anyone who might be watching here. We, of course, know you and love you, but tell us who you are.
Well, I don't know so much about the love part, but I know we know each other. I'm in the Denver area, and I'm with EZFYI now. That's what I do. I share a lot of great information that makes it easier for people to understand. That's so many times we get things, hear things, and we don't know how to put it down to the simple term. And until we do that, we can't implement a lot of things. So that's my goal.
You're the go-to girl for everything?
Well, not everything. Let's not go that far. Not recipes and things. No. No, mostly tech, and I love quantum physics, artificial intelligence. Google Plus is my passion, of course, and really Google Plus and artificial intelligence and quantum physics and the mind and all that are just pretty much one anymore.
Okay, so I just need to let you know that a couple of days ago I was on a hangout with Dr. Russell Faust, and I think I posted it about it, but he's a quantum physics, artificial intelligence guy. He's also a pediatric surgeon, PhD.
Wow.
I mean, it was a great hangout. So anyways.
Okay, I got to throw this in because this is so weird. My dad, whose house I am in right now, his winter home, is a retired physics professor from the UW of quantum mechanics.
Are you serious? How cool is that? So then you know exactly.
Well, no, I don't. I'm the son of a quantum physics guy. I have no idea what he does. He tried to explain it to me once, and it was like, okay, I can't handle that.
The first time Sandra said quantum, I was like, I don't even really know what that means, but go girl. Okay. And John, you know what? I see now that you have your hair combed and you're ready to be on camera. Why don't you introduce yourself too? Thanks for being here.
You may be muted.
You know what? You're muted. Okay, can I use my control panel now? I tried that out.
No, you don't have that feature yet. I'm sorry.
Well, I see it. It's in my whatchamajigger here.
Oh, well then, if you can, go ahead and unmute him.
John, did you unmute yourself already? No.
So John, in the very top where there's a red microphone, if there's a red microphone, you want to click on that, and then it will be letting you speak. Or there may be some other issue going on with your microphone.
Oh, do you know sign language? Well, not that we could read it, but okay. Well, technical issue number one. See, this is.
So Debbie, do you have this new? Do you have that control room function?
The control room is up here. Yeah, I've got director's chair showing right now, but I don't seem to be able to do anything with it.
Okay, let me guess. You were in the nice little test hangout we did last night.
Yeah.
Right, and I may have passed that over to you just because there.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't mean you're actually able to use it. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's just forget all that that I just said.
Forget that. Yeah.
Forget that. Okay. All right. So, anyways, John, I don't know why we can't hear you. Go ahead and talk again. Nope, his mouth is moving, but we're not hearing anything. I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
He smiles well.
And I don't see his mute icon down on the bottom. So
I don't either.
That means as an indicator to me as the Hangout helper, that means there's something going on with his microphone.
I just blue boxed him so that everyone could at least see him big. Go ahead, wave now, John. We want to see you wave. See? Okay, he can hear us.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so John, also one last little tip. In the upper portion where that little round cog wheel is, the settings, Go ahead and click on that and see if you can change the way the microphone setup is, and that might make it so we can hear you. These things happen.
And in the meantime, we're just going to look at John.
Is this better?
It is.
Yes.
Hey.
Yay!
Good for you.
Good thing we have the Hangout helper with us here today.
Well, you know what? I can't tell you how appreciative I am and really honored. When Sandra heard that Ronnie might be on the call, she's like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're feeling pretty lucky. And so, and Ronnie, I understand if you can't stay, but we're not going to stay very long, actually. We wanted to just test this out, and we can, talk about our SMG Denver stuff. I don't think Peter's going to join us, but Peter Hodges had actually suggested a topic for this conversation, and the topic was if Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and all that stuff are working for you, why would you want to come over to Google+. So,
Debbie, I did get a message from Peter.
Uh-huh.
He's running a little bit late. He got a call that he had to attend to. The message says he'll be right here. So.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, so he will be in. So if I could then just do a little more technical, as long as Ronnie is still here, oh, you know what? Catherine Alberts also said she might want to come in too, so let me give her that link. But how can I see the comments on... Oh, I can just go to my event page.
Did you make this as an event? Okay, you made it as an event?
I made it as an event. I wanted to do the scheduling thing. So, you know what? I'm going to put the link into a private message to Catherine right now so that she can join us.
So let me ask another quick question while you're doing that. Did you take and actually connect the dots? In other words, did you take the Hangout video link and put it into the event special field so it shows up inside the event?
You know what? I've got this really great trainer.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And that's what he told me I should do. So
I didn't realize you were doing this as an event. I just looking here in the inside as the video, in the video.
Yeah, I scheduled this as an event so that I could, gather the troops, and I wanted to try all that stuff. The only thing I'm not doing is I'm not using Q&A, and I don't think I'll ever use Q&A. I think that the comment tracker is fine. Okay, and now Catherine has joined us. You guys, this is like going smooth as silk. If the rest of my day goes this well, I am going to be so happy. And there's Catherine.
Catherine needs to unmute herself.
Oh yeah, as the fourth, if you're the fourth or fifth person in, I guess you're muted automatically. Wave to us, Catherine. And then unmute yourself and say hi. Do you know how to do that?
Unmuting is the very top where the red thing is. Click on it.
You have to wiggle your mouse, I guess.
Yeah.
See?
Wiggle the mouse.
Wiggle the
Good
mouse.
job.
How many
Good
times
job.
did you say that, Ronnie? I remembered. Wiggle the mouse.
Wiggle them out.
And she's still muted. Okay. John had a similar issue earlier. John, how did you resolve your problem?
Well, thanks to Ronnie's incredible advice, we went up to the cog wheel, and I clicked on that, and that opened the control panel, and then there's a drop-down selection for picking your microphone.
Okay, and now I think, Catherine, you might have to follow those instructions. Did you just hear John talk about the cog wheel at the top of your window? Because we still can't hear you.
If you'd like me to repeat that, just give me a thumbs up.
Catherine's not talking. Catherine, can you hear us?
I'm pretty sure she could. At least she was nodding and thumbs upping before.
Oh, was she thumbs upping? Okay.
Yeah. So Debbie, as the host here, you will notice whether they have the little white muted icon on their thumbnail or not.
Right.
And when they have that there, that means they're muted within the Hangout interface, and everything potentially is working if they simply unmute themselves with the microphone. But if they are currently, like she is right now, no white muted icon visible, and you still can't hear her, that's when you accelerate to the cog wheel and encourage them to go there and poke around for their settings. And usually it just takes a couple little tries, and then all of a sudden it works, and then it stays that way.
2 tries, she says. See, I can read sign language. And you're using the cogwheel thing, Catherine?
I think it's the second item down when you're in the cogwheel settings area, and the second item down, I believe, is for the sound of the microphone. There's a camera, there's a microphone, and then there's speakers, and you have to play with the microphone part.
The look of perplexion. Or is that a word?
And it might be. And then one other little tip, since I'm on a roll. Sometimes I meet with people before we go into the live mode, if it's at all possible. I'm not saying you have to, but then you eliminate a Hangout broadcast for everybody talking about how do I make it work.
Yes. Well, again, yeah, and this is very much a pilot. So if anybody's watching this from the outside that's not in, one, this is like a friendly crowd that will understand our mistakes, because we're all trying this kind of, well, except for Ronnie, who's probably done 1 million of these, but yeah.
I stopped counting. I don't know if it's 1 million.
It's got to be close to 1 million. So this really is just a lot of us just getting our feet wet. And this is, by the way, a great way to learn how to use the tools. Get some friendly faces in a Hangout, try it out, find out what the problems are, and if you really want to get good at this, find Ronnie Bincer online. And I kind of turbocharged my training by joining the Hangout Mastery Group, which has, there's more information than you can absorb, but if you're really interested in learning it, the information is there.
I've tried to change things so that I've got a more basic versus the cutting edge and the bleeding edge.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, your arrangement with how you've sort of paced out and categorized your materials, your videos, I'm working through them. And they're all organized. So,
but it also keeps coming hot and heavy. Like you were in our meeting last night, which we just discovered some things that are brand new that aren't even rolled out to everyone yet. So we were having a good time.
Well, and I feel really grateful to be kind of in. I feel like I'm already a little bit behind the curve, but as I'm watching all of these changes to Hangouts happen and tools are being developed, it's really, really interesting to see it happening. And I know that it'll become part of my DNA. And I should be able to whip, because this Hangouts, I believe, is going to change the way we live. So.
No argument from me.
Yeah, exactly. So Catherine is still struggling with audio.
Yeah. I also noticed one other thing. Your event is actually a private event. In other words, you didn't invite the public, and so because of that, just so you know, the comment tracker can't work.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Comment tracker can only work with public activity, so because it just doesn't work that way.
I'm taking note. Okay, that's excellent. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool, because we know that right now if somebody that we don't know goes to Hangouts, and Hangouts right now, this Hangout is being broadcast publicly.
This is being broadcast publicly, right, yes.
But at least our comments, if people were writing comments in the morning,
in that event, where they're chatting and typing comments, that's only visible to those that you've invited into the event, which is
our private community.
Private community, right.
Yep, that's great. Okay, that's kind of cool to know that we could, do that.
Did you notice there was someone at the event that said this is her first Google Plus event?
No, Maria?
It's Maria.
Yes.
Mariah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So we should tell her thank you.
Yeah, really, thank you. And Mariah, you know what? We'll all be getting together on the 6th in person. So, we can talk about this too. Yeah, we can debrief, or we can debrief right here, because I'm on. Well, I know Sandra's online all the time too. John, how much time do you spend online?
All of my day.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
So, just another reason why it's important to make these tools work for us, because I think it was Martin Shervington who posted this morning something about. It was a Ben Franklin quote about investing in learning and, how that will pay off. I should have memorized it. It was great. So, anyways, well, you know what? We have Catherine still struggling with sound, unfortunately. Yep.
Catherine, you can try to just hit refresh on your computer, you'll leave, but then you'll come right back, and then she's gone.
Oh.
And then she should be able to come right back, and maybe that'll make a difference for her. It's one of the other little tricks.
Sandra, you're on.
I just have one quick question. I think you're probably going to end it pretty quickly, but Ronnie said that he would share with us why he went totally to Google+, and I would really like to hear his answer or his explanation and short. I know you're taking out of your vacation. I really appreciate it, but I was looking forward to hearing what you said about that, and I'm sure since this will be someplace sometime, other people want to know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that now, Debbie, or do you want to wait?
That would be great. Well, Catherine, we see you back in. We see your lower third talk, and let's see if we can hear you. No. All right. She froze up too, and mine. Okay, Ronnie. Yeah, that would be great. That would add some great value to this recording, and I think that we covered all the technical stuff. So let's hit that. Okay,
you bet. The reason why, at least for me, I have gone full bore with Google+. This is my primary place because you only have so many hours in the day. I still constantly run out anyways. To know where to spend your time, in my mind, you want to know where you're making your biggest impact. And that's where the majority of your time should be spent. And then the other places, hopefully you'll find a way to either automate that or do it without spending as much time. So here's what happened to me. When I was on the environment of Facebook or on Twitter, I didn't seem to find my voice. Okay, it just didn't seem to resonate with the people that I was trying to communicate with. Plus, honestly, I had no clue what I was doing. Okay, I just be real transparent with you. So when Google Plus came out, because my background was involved with search engine optimization, SEO, and I was focused specifically on video search engine optimization, what I did is I went on to Google Plus and I decided, okay, Google's trying again, because they had tried multiple times to do social things and it didn't work, right? And so I said, okay, well, I'll give them a shot because Google owns search. And I know that if I'm going to make an impact on search, it's probably going to be somehow, way, shape, or form involved with Google. So I spent 2 weeks doing what I call posting on purpose, which means I used keywords appropriately in my posts. It wasn't a hard thing for me because I was an SEO guy, right? So I used the words that I expected people to be searching for as part of what I did my posting with. Sorry, you hear that?
Yeah, we did. And somebody else has background noise too. So please mute yourself if you're typing. Or
that might be Peter in a coffee shop.
That might be Peter in a coffee shop. Hi, Peter. We saw you come in.
So the point was, I wanted to see if posting on purpose inside Google Plus would make an impact on search. And the easiest way to say that is within 2 weeks, I got a phone call from a guy who is in my space. He was in the video marketing space. He owned the most important and popular blog still to this day about that space. He called me and said, Ronnie, what are you doing? And I said, Mark, I'm online like I always am. What do you mean, what am I doing? And he said, you are encroaching on and taking over some of the keyword phrases that I've been working on for 5 years. And in my mind, I thought, well, there you go. 2 weeks in.
That was the plan.
There was it. And I didn't tell Mark ahead of time I was planning to do this. He reached out to me, someone who knows search. He's an expert in that space. And he said, he identified that I was clearly starting to encroach on, if not take over, some of the places he's been working on for 5 years, and it took me 2 weeks.
Wow.
So that, to me, was sort of my aha moment that, okay, this is the place for me. And then ever since then, I've become more focused on Hangouts, because in my mind, I had to choose a niche. I couldn't just say I do Google+. That, to me, is just too broad. Even though I do most everything and anything inside Google+, I still focus my attention in one specific area, which is Hangouts, because I believe this is one of the most important tools in the environment of Google Plus for so many reasons, but that's not what we were talking about. But that's what really brought me to the point of deciding this is the place for me, because for me and my business, search is everything. If people find me in the search environment, then there's a better chance they're going to dig in further with what the things are that I'm talking about.
Wow, I'm so. First of all, I'm so glad that we got that recorded. That's the first time I've heard that story. So thank you, Sandra, for again. You're a good direction setter for us. But that's incredible, and getting that kind of reaction or response in 2 weeks, which is just amazing. Catherine, are you? No, you still can't. And you know what, Peter, you're muted right now. Do you want to say hello? Anyways, we've got about 5 minutes or so before we need to wrap. But
hello.
Yay, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Cool.
You want to give a shout out to where you are? Peter?
I'm Peter Hodges with Marathon Consulting and Stack Advisors. We do IT for small businesses and integration for IT web software.
And are you currently in a cafeteria or a coffee shop?
A Starbucks, yeah. Yes, I live out in the sticks in Castle Rock, so this is the best choice I have for Wi-Fi access.
Oh, you're kidding. You can't do this from home.
Not effectively.
Wow.
Well, Starbucks is going to get some business from you then.
Yeah.
Starbucks is pairing up right now with Google and everything, so that's a good plug for them.
Yeah.
Now, Catherine's just come in and joined us inside with her cell phone.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can, Catherine. Wow.
You know what? You could use you could put the cell phone down and just let us hear you through the cell phone, and we'll be seeing you through your computer camera if you wanted. I know that's kind of weird, but just make sure that when you're blue boxing, if you're blue boxing, there's down. Okay, don't put it down there.
Yeah.
Wherever put it down somewhere else.
It was on a fan or something like that.
No, I think it was the proximity of the phone to the computer.
Yeah. And now we hear the kitchen. Wow. Okay. We're getting to
That's not coming from here.
I think.
Yeah. And Peter's muted, so.
He's muted.
I would assume that was from Peter too, but I see the mute icon, so I don't know what's going on.
And it's dead silent here.
Wow. All right, so somebody else is in here that we can't see? Now, I don't like that.
I don't think so. I just don't know what's going on with... I'm guessing it's Peter's.
You know, Peter's microphone does say it's muted, but when I turn his volume up or down in the control panel, I definitely get a change in that background noise.
Peter, go ahead and talk right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
We can. Even though it says he's muted, we can hear you. Okay, that's weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's very,
Peter,
very weird.
if you're not speaking because of the environment you're in, if you want to click on the very top where there's a microphone icon with a line through it, go ahead and click on that, and that'll mute the extra sounds.
I think that's what I was doing.
Is it red? Is it red for you?
Yep. It is red right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can still hear you. Yeah,
we can
it's
still
not
hear
working.
Peter found a bug.
Yeah.
Good thing he's in the computer consulting business.
Yeah,
he should know how to report that.
Yeah.
Huh, that's
Well, here, why don't I get out of here so not screw everything up for you guys?
Oh, we don't. No, you're not screwing anything up. But I'll tell you what. I mean, we are getting ready to wrap, and I think that we didn't really get to talk much except that we did hear Ronnie's story, so that was great. But now that we know that this works, we can schedule an actual, on-topic conversation. And we just lost Catherine, I think.
She waved, so I think she was headed out.
Oh, was she? Okay. All right.
How do I do my name across the bottom? Let's say we can throw that in as a tip for users.
All right. You know what, Ronnie? Why don't you listen to me give the instruction, then you tell me if I'm right or wrong. And I helped Sandra with hers. In the toolbox. So if you wiggle your mouse and you get a menu on the left-hand side, there's a toolbox icon.
Got it.
Okay, and when you open up your toolbox, then I'm going to do mine at the same time so that I can see it. Okay, so then there's a little icon. It's a circle with a head in it. And if you click on the circle with the head in it, yep. Then you pull up the screen that allows you to create your lower third, which is what that banner across the bottom is called, the lower third. Type your name in there.
It actually does the name for you automatically.
Oh,
so
it does, okay.
All he's got to do is click the on button.
Oh, click the on button. Okay, that's it, and you're in. So let's see if yours. Now, Sandra, when Sandra did hers, remember, Sandra, it took you like 3 tries. It was always the same thing you did, but it didn't work the first couple.
I actually had to go out and come back in before it actually showed up.
Oh, okay.
So, Peter, do you see the word lower third? And just to the right of it, there's a little button that says off.
I don't.
Are you in the place where there's that little round head with the? Are you in the Hangout toolbox?
I think so.
Okay, so you should see on the right side.
Now I found it.
Okay.
Yeah, now I found it.
And then you should be able to just click where it says off, and there you go.
I see your lower third, Peter. And if it looks backwards to you, just know that it does not look backwards to us. And if it bugs you that it's backwards, because like right now I see mine is backwards, but I know it looks fine to you. If it bugs you, you can, over near that little on button that you just clicked on the lower third dialog box, there's a little spinny rectangle.
It says mirror local video.
Got it.
Yeah, and then it looks fine to you as well.
But then when you point to this side, you're really pointing to that side.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know. And yeah.
But this is life inside the Hangout world. First world problems, isn't it?
It might be great for somebody who's dyslexic.
Yeah.
You know, because they could get it right more often. Okay.
Hey,
and Catherine came back in. She's just testing out her technology. She's just messing. But we can't hear her. She's not on her phone anymore. So okay, you guys, you know what? I think that we can wrap this. Does anyone else want to add anything before we finish up here? Catherine, we can work together maybe a little later and see if we can get that to work for you, whatever the issue is. Again, I want to thank everybody for making the time this morning. It's great to see you all here. And we will do this again. Ronnie, especially, thank you for taking time out of your vacation. And, this guy gets paid for this stuff normally, so this is a little bit of a freebie for us. So we really appreciate it.
Fine. I love to hang out with locals. Even though I'm in Florida right now, but you're still more local.
Okay, anyone want to say any closing last words? This will be a recording. It will be... where will it be? Well, it'll be in the event.
Is that YouTube channel? Well, it'll also stay in your event, but it's also on your YouTube channel, so you can treat it like a normal video and do what you like with it.
Could I ask another question?
Sure.
Real quick, Ronnie. Are you ever going to do anything on how the Hangout allows you to brand yourself? Because that's a biggie right now on Google Plus, is that you need to brand yourself as opposed to other things. And obviously you're a brand. The Hangout Help is your brand, and I'd like to know if you're ever going to be any place, do anything that would do that or whatever.
Probably. I've got so many Hangouts scheduled, it's hard to know exactly right now all the topics, but basically we could do that as a group too. We could, if you wanted to gather together and talk about the concept of how you do self-branding inside an environment like Google+, I'd be happy to be involved.
I think that would be great.
Wow, Sandra, you know what, again, for just launching us into another topic, yeah, I would love to see that happen too, so you just let us know how we can follow that lead.
Yeah, because in there's also the mix of a page versus a profile and the different kinds of entities within Google+, and how to use them well, and I'd throw in a community in the mix of it all. This is stuff I do with my consulting time. Most people, I do one-on-one consulting and give strategy ideas. But we can do this in a public environment too.
That would be great. That would be great.
I would get a ton out of that because, yeah, right now I set this up. Our private community is set up on my business page, but I set up this Hangout on my personal profile because I wanted to go to that YouTube channel.
Right.
And And I also heard that there was some issues having a Hangout on Air through a business page. I don't know if those issues are still there or not, if there's still some difficulties with that. But so anyways, I just opted to go the easy route for today because I figured enough was going to go wrong, although this went like 100 times smoother than I had expected.
Fantastic. At least for you, right? Not everybody's sound is happy or the muting's weird, but overall your running of the show is working quite well.
Well, and I know that we're always going to run, somebody's going to run into some issues, so I hope that we can figure out, one, Peter's situation where his muting does not work, and then Catherine's situation. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, that's weird.
That's weird. And then
I will mute it manually.
You broke the internet.
And Catherine's situation where we can't hear her at all. Now, doesn't that just figure?
So we can hear mute.
I'm going to see if I can get a job at Google.
Yeah, we can hear muted Peter. So since you're able to mute twice and we can still hear you, why don't you pass on some of your audio greatness over to someone else?
That's right.
If you
plug it in and try and mute it. That's the only advice I have.
Oh, gosh. All right, folks, 8:01 a.m. Thank you so much. This recording will go up. I'm heading off to a day full of meetings, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with this until tonight. But thank you again, everybody. I feel like I just ran a marathon in good time.
And I'm certainly willing to give Catherine a hand, see if we can help her out with this as well. So if she's willing to do a video hangout, we'll negotiate that after this session.
Cool.
Okay.
And a great honor to have Ronnie here. Thank you so much for giving up your time and helping, and just a great day.
Yeah, really great.
And John, I'd like to compliment you on your podcast voice. I mean, you have it down.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you, Ronnie Bincer.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.